Welcome to my channel More Than Survive. The purpose of this video is to make sure that at least some people that have gone through what I have gone through, and to know that is more than survive, it is true. And I would like to talk about what I have gone through the last so many years, and maybe I talk about that and some people would see how close the life is to death. And so I want to go back around 2005 that I used to play racquetball at night and swim every morning, and one day my back started really hurting and my legs was really hurting, so I just went to doctor and family doctor, and he said that you need to go to the hospital. It's your sciatic nerve and you need to check it out, maybe they do the surgery. So my late wife at that time, we went one Saturday to Parkland in Dallas, and it was around 4 o'clock, and we got there and there were so many people and it's unbelievable. So we sat until 5 o'clock Sunday morning, and we finally got to the room, and a doctor who was in duty at that time walking with the nurse and said, what is your problem, sir? I said, I went to doctor and my have legs this pain, through sharp pain, and I can barely walk. And he did not check me out or anything. He just walked out, and next I know he brought me a prescription, and he said that take this prescription and you'll be all right. So, well, that's what I did. I went to the drugstore and got the prescription, and I brought it home. I didn't know exactly what this is, but it was steroid pills. And he said take every 4 or to 6 hours, take 4 of them. And I did that Sunday. Boy, Monday, my legs was fine, perfect, and walked good and all that. So I went to work, and I did what I was doing every day, and came back home, and my late wife said, how you feel? I said, I feel wonderful, I have no pain, and I keep taking pills. Well, Monday night I went to bed, and I usually get up 5, 6 o'clock, go swim in the morning, and I try to get up. I see that my hand and my legs and everything is not moving, and it was the most scariest things of my life. I wake up my wife, I said, I cannot move, and she said, well, what is it? I said, I cannot move my hand and my legs. So she got up and put some clothes on me, and I couldn't even touch anything, and my hand and my things was completely out of order. So she took me to the Parkland. In less than maybe 30 minutes I was in the room with 3-4 doctors coming, and they all took blood tests, my temperature, my blood pressure and all that, and these 3-4 doctors could not come up with anything that what it could be wrong. So I stayed there. They put the IV and all that, and next day my doctor came, and I, between Tuesday morning until Wednesday, I lost a lot of weight, and my eyes kind of was like a skeleton, and so the doctor came in and said, you have some kind of diseases, we cannot find what is attacking your body, and the way this is going, you're not going to survive more than 2-3 days, because your muscle is going very fast and your heart muscle is going to go, and you're going to be dying. I said, doctor, my heart is perfect. I exercise, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I am a very active man. And why should my heart give up on me right now? And so he said, well, I said to doctor, I said, doctor, from here down it's not working, but from here up it's working great. I am fully aware in what it is, and unfortunately I can't move. So what they did, they put a little hose in my mouth, so anytime that I wanted to call a nurse, I would blow on it, and the nurse would come and see what the problem is. Anyway, they 3-4 days passed by, and they asked so many questions that what I have been doing before and all that. And finally, one day the doctor came. He said, those steroids that you took, it was some bacteria in your blood that was kind of died down, and when you took those steroids, it wake them up and is attacking your body, and you have septical arthritis. 1 in a million people will get that. So I said, well, I bought so many lottery tickets, unfortunately I didn't win, and here 1 in a million this sickness come to me. So I've been sitting, laying down every day, and they would come and do whatever, and finally they said they try to find that they try to attack this problem and see how it works. And so I've been there for, gosh, so many days that every day I could not move. My back was hurting because I'm laying down on the bed, hard bed, and then I would ask my late wife to pick me up, and as soon as I would get up, sit right here, I would get pain again. I said, okay, put me back in. And to make the story short, I stayed there 2 months in a bed over there. But about the 3rd day or 4th day, I promised my doctor, I said, doctor, I'm not going to die, and one day I'm going to go and play racquetball again, and I'm going to swim again, and I'm going to come here and let you know that I did that. Anyway, I went about a month and a half, and one day at night I had real problem with the nurse. I had to use the restroom, pee, and unfortunately they put the bottle by my bed, but I couldn't reach my hand. I couldn't even push the button for the nurse. How could I reach the thing? So I would tell the nurse, please come, and she would say, okay, I'll be there. It would take 30-40 minutes, and I'm sitting and laying down in there with the pain and need to pee. And finally she would come. I said, ma'am, I had to go, and why you don't come right? Oh, I was busy. And I said, well, so next day I told my doctor, I said, doctor, please let me go home. Let me fight this battle with myself at home. And he said, sir, you cannot even get up. You cannot even do anything. You can't go home. And he said, I'll tell you one thing. I come every morning here to check on you. Anytime you raise your hand and shake my hand, and I will let you go home that day. I said, doctor, you know I can't do that. It's impossible for me to do that. He said, well, then you know you cannot go home. So it passed a few days until one day he come there, and I had, with the lots of pain, I had raised my hand like this, and I said, doctor, please meet me halfway. I cannot bring it up no more. And he looked at me, he said, I tell you what, call your wife, tell her to come and pick you up today. You really want to go home. I said, yes, doctor, I can go home, and I can. He gave me a prescription about pills, what I need to take for the coming home. And I came home, and when I came home, I was sitting on a lazy chair, and my bedroom, my living room was not too big, so I was sitting and watching TV, and I would tell my wife, "Pick me up," and my stepdaughter and my late wife would pick me up, and I would go walk very slowly, try to walk with the cane and go to the wall and touch my hand to the wall and came back, and I said, "Come on, get me, put me down." So this process went maybe 2-3 weeks, and I was getting a little much powerful than I was before, but my face and my bones still was like a skeleton, and I didn't get, so I would tell them to take me to the Brahms and give me that ice cream or give me this cake, and I keep trying to eat whatever it was fattening, and so trying to gain some weight, and to feed me was another problem. She would bring the food in front of me with a spoon and try to feed me and try to give me Coke stuff. So one day I told my late wife, "I like you put my food on a table and walk out the door." She said, "Why am I supposed to go walk out the door?" She said, "I stay in the bedroom." I said, "No, I want you to go somewhere that I cannot reach you." And she said, "Okay, I can go to the garage." I said, "No, close the door and go." So she just did what I asked for, and she put my food in front of me with a glass of Coke, and she said, "You're gonna spill all on a carpet." I said, "Well, if that's what it takes, I'll do that, but I'll just go and I want to try." I tell you what, I tried to bring the spoon close to my mouth and dropped it again. I couldn't reach it to my mouth. I took so many times, tried, and then it didn't work. Finally, I took one spoon, ate, but my Coke fell on the ground. My food was on the ground. So after 20-30 minutes, she walked in and she started screaming at me. She said, "I told you can't do it." I said, "I know you told me." She said, "You cannot do it." I said, "You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong." She said, "What do you mean wrong? Look at all your food on the floor." I said, "No, I took one spoon to my mouth myself, and that's good enough for me today, and tomorrow I can do it 2 spoons." Anyway, this process passed, and little by little I could go shave myself a little bit, and I say, "Hey, I'm shaving," and then I would try to take a shower. I said, "You can stay outside and just watch me, don't fall." For 3-4 months this passed, and one day I told my wife, "Where is my key to the car?" She said, "What do you mean? What do you need your key for?" I said, "I need the key to go to work, to check, just to drive." She said, "You cannot drive." I said, "Look, I can put the steering wheel in my legs and I can drive. I go on the side of the highway, I go about 40-50 miles, and I'm gonna..." So I went to the work, and it was tough, and I got over there, and I told somebody to tell my brother to come. He said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm outside." He said, "Where is your wife?" I said, "She's at home." She said, "How did you get here?" I said, "Very easy. I tried to put the steering wheel in my foot and I made it over here, but I cannot get out of the car, so please come help me." This was the story of the 2005, and finally after 6 months I start walking, and I start doing the stuff that I couldn't do, and I got little weight, and when I start getting walking a little bit better than this, I took my racket and my ball and went to Valley Health Club, and just by myself tried to hit some balls over there and just try to play, just to practice. And I did pretty good. I went and I tried to hit the ball. And after that, I got in a car. After about a couple of weeks, I went to the car and went to Parkland. I was on 10th floor, so I went to the 10th floor and I walked to the station, the nursing station, and I told the lady, is Dr. So-and-so there? He said, yes, he's with the patient. And one of the nurses recognized me and said, you look familiar to me. I said, yes, my name is Mo, and I was here for 2.5 months. She said, oh my God, you walking? I said, yes, I am walking, and I'd like to see my doctor because I promised him that I'm going to come back and talk to him. So he went, finally called the doctor and came over there, and doctor looked at me and said, are you Bo? I said, yes, I am. I came over here to tell, first, thank you for whatever you've done for me, and secondly, I am playing racquetball again, and I'm walking, and I'm back to normal, little by little. And he said, and thank you so much for listening to me, and I discuss this later on for another session. Thank you so much to watching my video. If you like it, please give thumbs up. If you like to hear more story of my life, how I did more than survive, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.